Hi, I'm Charlotte Crabelli. I'm the founder of Validation Nation, and today we're going to talk about how to find the one customer insight that changes everything for your brand, launch, marketing, conversion, and basically helps lead to huge successes. So let me introduce myself. I help wellness brands engineer high demand launches and then turn that launch momentum into repeat sales, referrals, and compounding growth. So quick one, why listen to me? I'm a total launch nerd, marketing nerd, and have helped people like Laird Hamilton, big wave writing legend, Quincy Jones, music legend, aka Michael Jackson's producer, and lots of amazing people get their startup to market. And today we're going to show you how to find the insight that will massively impact the launch of your new product or sales in general. And by insight, I do not mean a cute little marketing idea that sounds good because you saw someone do it or write it on Instagram. The thing that your customer says that suddenly makes everything click for you. The phrase, the frustration, the hesitation, the emotional truth, ooh, that's why they're not buying moment. Because most founders are sitting on piles of useful customer data, but they're not using it properly. They have reviews, they have DMs, they have customer emails, they have sales calls, they have survey responses, comments, competitor reviews. If you haven't launched yet, you've still got tons of customer data. You just might not know it yet. On Reddit threads, your competitors' negative reviews, their one-star reviews, and lots of other ways to gather that. You can go to my first video, I'll pin it in the comments, and have a little look about how to gather some of that information. So why does this matter? And I know it sounds trivial and not important, but it's massive. These insights from that list can impact everything: sales, your launch, your ICP, creative, copy, and therefore most of your sales. So somehow some of my clients are still writing product copy like premium natural wellness solution for modern lifestyles, which is lovely, but also makes me want to gently close my laptop and go and stare into the ocean, because your customer is probably not walking around thinking, gosh, I wish I had a premium natural wellness solution for my modern lifestyle. Let's say you've created a cleaning product and your customer is thinking, is this safe for my septic? Will this make my lungs burn? Every time I use a green cleaning product, it totally sucks and doesn't work. I bet the smells, mold, gunk come back in a day. What about my poor fur babies? Will this hurt them? Is this safe for my children? I'm terrified I'm going to have another cleaning ordeal. And for one cleaning product we did work on, it turns out that people were super concerned about the chemicals around their pets, and that became like a big premise for our campaign. So this is where good messaging lives. And so today I want to show you the flow I use with wellness brands to turn messy customer feedback into messaging that can sharpen your entire launch. And I'm going to draw it as we go, because sometimes the best strategy is just a Sharpie and a piece of paper. Very high tech. So on your piece of paper, draw this. Insight, read to key message, landing page, plus ads, plus social bios, plus how you talk about your brand, and then put an arrow to impact. And that's the whole thing. So find the insight, turn it into a message, infuse it everywhere, kind of like a waterfall effect. Measure the impact, simple. Not always easy, but simple. So let's start with the first part, finding the insight. When I'm working with a brand, I'm not just looking for positive feedback. Positive feedback is nice. It gives everyone a little dopamine snack, but it is not always useful. What I'm looking for are patterns and themes. I want to know what problem keeps coming up. What's a hair on fire problem that people are willing to pay to have solved and it isn't already being solved? What words do people repeat often? For example, natural cleaners don't work, things like that. My lungs feel like they're burning when I use this chemical. What have they tried before? What do they hate about current options? Hot tip: check your competitors' one-star Amazon reviews. What outcome do they want? What are they secretly worried about? What do they need to believe before they buy? And what would make them hesitate to buy? For example, what if I don't like this product? Are there any guarantees you can offer? Can you offer in free shipping? Whatever it might be to reduce that hesitation. So we are in a total trust recession at the moment. And this is especially important for wellness brands because trust is a massive part of consumers' buying decisions. People are not just buying a candle or a notebook. They're often buying something they're putting on their skin, in their body, near their baby, around their pet, into their home, or into a health-related routine. So the bar for trust is super high, and that means your messaging cannot just be pretty. It has to reduce doubt and hesitation. Therefore, we must know what causes hesitation. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm researching a low-tox cleaning product. I might look at Reddit threads, customer reviews, competitor reviews, Facebook group comments, and survey responses. And I might keep seeing comments like, I hate the bleach smell. The mold just keeps coming back. I want something safer around my kids and pets. I've tried natural products before and they didn't work. Now, most people would read that and go, great, people care about natural cleaning. but that is not the insight. That is too surface level. The real insight is people want safer cleaning products, but they worry safer means weaker. That's the light bulb moment. Write that on your page under insight. People want safer products, but they don't trust them to work. And that one sentence can change everything, because now your message is not just natural mold cleaner. It becomes low tox does not mean low performance, or for mold that keeps coming back without the bleach fumes you hate, or powerful cleaning without the harsh chemical cloud. Now we are not just describing the product, we're addressing the tension in the buyer's mind. And that is the difference between weak messaging and commercially useful messaging that gets sales, that converts high. So here's another example. A pregnancy safe electrolyte brand might think their core message is gentle electrolyte drink for pregnancy. But when you listen closely, the more emotional customer language might be plain water made me feel sick. I was throwing up and felt dehydrated. I need something I could actually keep down. I wanted to know it was safe for pregnancy. And now the insight is not just pregnant women need electrolytes. The insight is pregnant women do not just want hydration. They want something safe, gentle, and tolerable when even plain water feels impossible. That can become a much stronger message. So for the days when plain water makes you feel worse, but you know you need to stay hydrated. And that is so much more specific. And specificity is what makes people feel seen. So your job in this first step is not to invent clever copy. Your job is to collect the raw material. Get into your reviews, your DMs, your surveys, your competitor reviews, your Reddit threads, your customer conversations, and look for the sentence that makes you go, oh, that's the real reason they care. So that's the nugget we're looking for. And once you have that nugget, part 2 is where the money is, because that insight should not stay buried in your research doc like a little strategy goblin. It should show up everywhere. Your landing page, your ads, your emails, Instagram posts, carousels, sales calls, FAQ, product page, sales deck, key messages when you're speaking to people. And that's what I'll show you in part 2.